I'll be honest, at first I wasn't really planning to review this, but out of morbid curiosity I checked it out and turns out I have a fair bit to say. Not that much, but something substantial enough for a full review. Like, we all have something to say about Miley over the past couple of years. Her raunchier image has been met with scrutiny and controversy, and if you have a child star from Disney growing up to become this raunchy, weed-smoking, hedonistic party animal who collaborates with the Flaming Lips and accidentally creates one of the worst albums of the decade, what you gonna do? To be honest, it's been pretty obvious from the get-go that it's more of a plea to get mainstream attention. Isn't that obvious? Because Miley is now back to her wholesome roots as a country and folk singer, as if none of that raunchy stuff ever happened, or at least as if she's trying to bounce back from it. She isn't the clubber banger queen anymore. She never was, mind you, but she's no longer fighting for that throne. Instead, Younger Now is her album showing how artful she can be, like a Lady Gaga Joanne 2.0. Okay, I'm being a little bit cynical here. This album wasn't, like, totally hateable, honestly. Overall, it's just passable. Like, it's not evoking an emotion one way or the other. It's just passable. For me, at least, as someone who has never really been that into Miley Cyrus's music. If I'm forming my opinion as open-mindedly as I can, I actually enjoyed this album, or more so, a couple of cuts from this album, a teensy little bit. This album wasn't a stunner, and there were loads of inoffensive, run-of-the-mill country and folk pop tracks that don't carry that much weight emotionally, but I don't even hate the lead single from this album, Malibu, when I listen to it in the context of the record. I actually think it's one of the better ones on here, as Miley tries to relocate her happy place. Oh no, you've really done it now this time, haven't you, Ricky? And the title track Younger Now, which opens the album up, isn't even that bad of a pop song. I don't think it's a wowzer of a track, obviously, but the chorus admits from the get-go that Miley's had a bit of an identity shift, or at least a lot of identity shifts. What goes up must come down is the mantra of the chorus, and I guess it would be more fitting to say she went down and went back up again, because I guess this music here is more bearable than the stuff that came out of her edgier phase. Unfortunately, from here on out, the album really just loses my interest as we get hit with the real snoozers, like tracks like Love Someone, which tries to show up this badass pop country ethos that's like kicking the dust away and stuff, or the predictable slow jams like She's Not Him. There is an alright Dolly Parton duet here though, and the little wholesome acoustic cut near the end inspired wasn't awful either. This seems more like an album for Miley fans who are more interested in what she's going through, and I've just never been someone in that field. I tried to open my mind to it, found the album a bit too generic sonically, because I am judging the music here, and at the end of the day, I'm just going to move on, because I just didn't really... I didn't hate it, I just didn't think it was anything to write entire video scripts on. Oops. 5 out of 10.